Okay, everybody, getting started back on the 70 model. If you remember in the last video, the motor is sitting in. We're over here, got it jacked up. Remember, we put front brakes, rear brakes, set the motor in. Got it over here jacked up where we can get the cross member under it and transmission lines and the transmission mount and hopefully the drive shaft. So anyway, that's the plan right now. Hopefully we can get them on it, and then we'll be ready to get the radiator and hoses and start working on the cooling. Good to be back on the 70 model. Okay, we got the Mustang up on the rack now. Alan got some transmission lines for it. Drive shaft ready to go in it. So yesterday, you put the cross member mount, transmission mount up under it on the ground. So now we got it up on the rack where he can get to it, you know. Yeah, I had to build a cross member because this place here eats Mustang cross members. Right there's the custom built cross member. Turned out real nice. Like I said, we got the drive shaft ready to go in it. Oh yeah, we can grind it and paint and all that later. But like I said, I don't know, can't imagine where cross members around here go. But if you remember the last video, we got the motor set in and got it moved over there. But now, like I said, we're ready to do some transmission lines, get the radiator and all that in. Then we'll just about be ready to wire it up and fire it up, won't we?
Messed up mistake.
New U-joint cup trying to fly everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, it's nearly ready to crank. We get the transmission lines on, we can't crank.
All right, well, we're fixing to get these, start trying to bend some transmission lines and get a drive shaft in it. Okay, we ain't sure if we got a starter, so we just put one that fit on there and we fix to check it.
How much you want me to let it turn?
I don't know, did it? That's fun. Ooh.
That's enough.
She's pumping Earl. She's spun, so whatever the difference in a 3152 and a 3149 must not be. Starter's on. Okay, we could hook up the transmission lines all the way, put the radiator on, wire up the switch and the coil, work for hours, but me and Alan, we got no patience. We want to hear it crank. So we fix to put the plug wires on it, we fix to put a jump box on it, and we fix to run a straight wire to it if we have to, and we fix to fire this thing off.
Calling Dr. Allen, calling Dr. Jason, calling Dr. Allen, calling Dr. Jason.
Stat! Okay, so we got some wires thrown on it. We got the battery charger hooked on it, but we ain't getting no G-haul. I wonder if we get that jump box and touch it to the thing like we was a minute ago. Of course, we need to see if our coil wires got powered on. Let me get a test light right quick. Okay, we're gonna see if we got a fire now. Oh, okay.
We got a connection issue.
I think we got a connection and we got, I don't know, a lot of stuff. All right, let's check these connections out. Other ground.
Fire and hope.
Oh, we spinning now. Throw some gas in it?
Yeah, we're slinging her all over the place. Chokes on it, or be picking up gas in a minute.
Oh, there's a drink.
What is it over? Derek says, oops, too much. Perfect.
Oh, hold up a second. I think coil wires fell off.
Oh.
Try it again. Oh.
Well, it coughed a little, so there may be a little spark there.
We ain't got enough of something. We need another good battery, don't we?
We got a brand new battery cable in up here too.
Let's find a battery.
Let's put
Good.
a battery. Yeah, I want to hear it.
Okay, we just checked the points, so we know our points are firing. We got fire through the coil. We put a new cable in and a different battery. Got the charger hooked up. We hit the starter again and see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't sound like we got her in time, though. Well, maybe we do. Did you hear that?
yeah. Listen at that. Listen at that. Woo-wee. Been set how many years?
Jiggity. Oh, well, I don't know. Been sitting a long time.
Well, if you go back and watch the Thunderbird video, whenever it was, you have to go back and look, but there's a Thunderbird video that we pulled this motor out of. And as soon as that video was made, we pulled that motor out. So that's how long it's been set and not crunk. Woo, let's do a little tuning. She's running out of it. Listen to that.
Going real good for Chevrolet.
I don't know if it's in park or drive or what.
I never know it ain't in park.
Listen to that. Okay, we got this nice aluminum radiator and fan set up. Honestly can't remember who it's made by. Ellen went over to Georgia and bought it off the marketplace, but it's a direct fit for the 70 model Mustang. So we're fixing to get it mounted up and see if we can get some radiator hoses hooked up. Okay, so we've got our alternator mounted, got our belt on it. We're going to do something a little different with the water pump pulley because it don't line up with the line of the alternator. So our plan right now is to get a short belt and roll it on, kind of hook it around it, and then put it up and bolt it up so it'll be tight. Because all we're running is the water pump anyway. We're not going to be running a fan because we got the electric fans. We got a radiator mounted, and right now I'm trying to round up some hoses. We got a trailer load of, well, not a trailer load of hoses, but a whole bunch of hoses. And what I'll do is I'll just go through them until I find one that'll make the connection like we need to make. Because like not only does it need to be an elbow, it's going to need to kind of go back, just like on the 68 if you watch the 68 video. So let's go out there and dig around and see what we can find. Okay, as you can see right here, here's our trailer load of parts. Like I said, you see all the hoses here. We got all kind of stuff. This is where, if you go back several videos, we bought off the parts store. And right now, this is where everything still is, in the enclosed trailer. And probably will be here for a while because we really got no place to store it. It's in here in the dry, and we ain't hauling a race car around right now, so it works. So we're gonna start digging through hoses and see what we can find. Okay, we found us 3 to start with. Thinking like maybe something right here on this one. That'd be real close. Wish that straight was a little bit longer. What about this way? That's gonna be close. Then on the bottom down there, I think something like that. It's gonna be a little long, but we'll do some adjusting, or maybe see what we got and we'll go from there. Okay, right here is a good example of keep all your radiator hoses, and if you got a chance that any new ones, just keep them. What is this, about the 5th car we've put radiator hoses on, Drake, with all them hoses? I know we done the blue Mustang, this one, the race car.
Well, the Honda Delso, you know, it was knocked over.
The Delso.
So I needed just a little bit longer hose.
Your Fox body, I think. But anyway, if we get a belt for this water pump, we'll be ready to put some water in this thing and fire it off and let it run. Got the heater hoses hooked up, radiator hoses. We need to do the transmission lines. And then, hey, stay tuned. Okay, so we got her back up in the air. Working on our transmission lines. We got us 2 fittings. If I can get out of the light here where you can see. is if you can see, we're not going to be able to go straight in because of the pulleys. So we got us a 90 and we 90'd them down, and we'll have to go up into the lines that way. So that's what we're fixing to do now, is bend these and get them hooked up. Okay, you see we got our transmission, custom transmission lines made. Anyway, now we're working on the shifter. You can see this come out of a column car. And really what we probably should have done is dropped the pan, moved the valve body, moved it out, twisted it around, but it's still going to be in the way of the floorboard. So we're going to build, this has to be straight up for a floor shift. Down for a column shift, straight up for a floor shift. So we're going to make us a piece of metal to go up, bend around, and go up to hook our floor shifter into. So we're working on that right now. Okay, we got the radiator mounted, the hoses mounted. And you can see our alternator and water pump wouldn't line up. So we had to run our alternator belt, and then we had to run one straight up from the pulley to the water pump, which we're gonna make sure we got one just right, not too short, not too long. But we're putting water in it. We're ready to crank this baby and let her sit and run a minute.
About 8 or 10-year-old.
We got her back up on the rack. We had a little malfunction freeze plug problem.
I about got the motor beat back in.
Alan's about got it beat back in. Mirror doors are glaring. Let me get over this way just a little bit. But luckily,
I got a pair of pliers.
it was the one that was fairly well to get to. Yeah, it couldn't have been. Get in this way right here. You can see it right there, that shiny thing. Anyway, so we got the new one in it, but he also got the shifter fixed today, gas tank drain. So this baby's ready to hook it up and fire it up, ain't it?
Drive it out under its own.
Drive this thing out sideways. That skinny pedal that Drake don't know where's at.
Put around, it's too skinny. Put around back by the fence with all the rest of the junk.
Yeah, line it up beside the other ones that we've got where they'll crank and went no further. You know what?
Yeah.
If there's a medal for getting one where it'll crank and not going no further with it, we're shoe ins.
And we get them to crank and we go around the block.
Yeah, I guess so. Everything's been around the block.
It goes around the block. We challenge anybody to get one running and drive around the block.
Yeah, we can do that with the best of them, can't we? The best of the best.
Sorry.
And we're getting a shower. That felt good. Too bad I'll be hotter in a minute. But anyway, we're fixing to lower her down and see what happens. Okay, so we got her back down, got an accelerator cable on it, put the transmission fluid in. We're fixing to run, it's just a couple of straight wires over to the battery right now for the fan. And see if this thing will move. Okay, we're fixing to put some gas in this thing. That's with our trusty gas in the carburetor tool. Look at there, puts it right in the bowl. Use that to fill the bowl up. Now we do have the gas tank hooked up, but we ain't got nothing pumped up here, so we put this in here now to get that furrow pump to pumping it up there.
Will she fire up? I don't know. I can't turn the key.
Battery dead.
I can't get the key turned.
Got it parked. The suspense is killing us. And the battery's dead. Will it crank?
I think we need to go get that new jump box. Veto man. That battery charger's about half.
I think we need to get it. Whew. Take 3. When it cranks. Listen at that, listen at that. Oh, hold on. We might have to let it set a minute. Okay, try with the jump charger again. God, that's crazy.
I think
The battery charger on 200 amp boost won't spin it over like the Veto Man jump box we got all taken out. Evidently, you didn't fill up the right bowl, Jack.
I asked, I said, which one's front, which one's back? He said, who cares?
Evidently, the back ain't putting no gas in it.
You told me, who cares? You told me.
Alright, she finally picked up fuel from the fuel pump. Oh, now she's getting her a healthy drink. Our timing's a little off, still low. I think it's bad low, you know it? Way up right in. Yeah, we're gonna have to walk them wires around because we're all the way up. So let us check that out. Okay, we walked our wires around a little bit. We got a little fuel leak. Drake's replacing that fuel line. I can't believe junk Ford stuff, you know what? Fuel line from 1970 and it's dry rotted.
Can't have nothing.
Can't have nothing. Can't have nothing. We're gonna get this on, see how close we got our wire.
Hey, I see why you ain't recording him welding. He welds like crap.
Bad welding job, man.
It's the welder. I hate that thing. What are you doing?
We're making a shifter linkage. Shifter linkage for the shifter.
What does that do?
Just gears.
Sounds shifty to me. You're gonna make it brittle. When I cog a second, it'll liable to break.
Wow, that's gonna be the least of your worries when you cog second. It breaks the rear end, then.
That 8-inch hold up. The Maverick got more power than that does. On an 8-inch.
We are filming, Alan filming, Drake finally doing a little something.
Government work.
Well, when I'm the first one to drive this car, I don't want to hear I didn't do nothing.
Well, we ain't gonna believe it ourselves. That's why we're both videoing it. Ain't that right, Alan?
Uh-huh.
That's something in his ear.
It's called wax. Ear wax.
Now, take gear. There's reverse. There's forward. Shifting. Stop. Gear. Ready to see if this thing will move? Now it is. Nope. Now it is. Here we go. Let's wash the windshield off for you. She moved under her own power. We're going to see if we can rinse the windshield off. Without drowning the carburetor. Wonder how much that's going to be overspray.
Probably a lot.
She moved out. There she goes, first drive of the 429. Sure did. 2 black marks.
I didn't realize how quiet them things were. He's already turning around.
That ain't a good sign.
I think his tires is sitting plumb on them tires.
It's scrubbing it, ain't it?
Yeah. For that one
She's Coming back. Here we go. Attempt number 2. Took her around the block. What'd it feel like?
Smooth as silk.
Smooth as silk.
I didn't get very fast. Only got on it one time.
Look where the front end's sitting with that in it. Where we tried to get the blue car on purpose.
Washed it, didn't it?
Welcome back, everybody. Seen the last video on the Mach 1. We had it going, rolling up and down the road. Now it's time to clean it up a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna get started cleaning it up. We're gonna get the hood on it. You can see I done these windows, but it's sat in the shop so long, there's so much dust and overspray. I'm having to scrape it off with a razor blade. So we're gonna get that scraped off. We're not gonna bore you with all that, but as soon as I get all that scraped off, then we're gonna try to put the hood on and then wash this thing. It's just a little primer being sprayed. That's all. It won't get on nothing. Excuse me.
Oh man, he's like,
Keep washing, boy. Keep washing.
He's got an SN95 Mustang, and he said, I couldn't understand, but I don't know if it's like 450 horse or something 50 horse, all motor. I've striped Dodge Challengers in this thing, and he pops the hood, and it looks like a Windsor or something. Well, I got in the comments looking, and somebody posted a comment, and if it wasn't that car, it looked just like it. Fender was drove plumb up into the dash, and it said it was an article that said 60-year-old man killed street racing.
Oh, probably was him.
You talking about makes you sick to your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
It was a dark green SN95 with Pro Star wheels and everything.
Probably so.
I don't know if I want to get low nuts for them wheels or just put them American Racings off that 48 on it. They may be too wide for it right now, sitting on 4 panels.
Yeah, if they're like that maroon wheel, them right there definitely gonna have to have some bigger tire, ain't it?
Yeah.
Of course, you go a lot bigger tire on
Do what now?
that. I said, of course, you can go a lot bigger tire on that, and even up with the front, kind of. You won't put no wider on the front.
No.
Got them windows clean yet?
Nope.
Them windows?
He gonna have to buy new windows.
We just need them clean enough to
Actually,
see.
windshield.
We just need them clean enough to see the third yellow. We ain't even gonna see green, except at the finish line on our side.
Wow, y'all two are so old, y'all see green for 2 seconds.
Hey, we might have to leave it to second yellow, but we gonna be.
Oh man, I got spider webs all over me. I'm so old, I'm getting cobwebs.
Now slowly move, y'all.
You ain't gotta wash that too good. We can wash the whole car.
Yeah, but it ain't like glass cleaner.
I know, but we don't wanna wash your glass cleaner off. Alright, we finna get ready to set the hood. Hey, we got it on video. You told it by yourself. Huh?
It be crying though.
I'm already crying. My leg hurts bad. I can't clean up.
Hood installation 101. let one side get started first.
Yeah.
So he ain't fighting.
Fighting each other.
Okay.
Probably ain't gonna be able to use a gun on the bottom one, are we?
No.
Still got the air ratchet. Or the electric ratchet.
As long as I can't tell where it even goes. I can see my side.
Joey, can you grab that cordless ratchet right quick? The cordless ratchet.
I think you got me pushed my way too far. And come see if I can see. Yeah, you might can see it. What? Been slid all over the place on this side. To be,
Got 2 or 3 of them.
yeah.
Great man.
That don't look exactly right.
I believe she's hanging over just a little bit, don't you? Of course, you don't look.
I need to find the bolts, put that Monte Carlo ball back in there.
It's no work.
That no work.
You're killing me, Smalls.
You got me a 1/4 inch drive.
What is
Why don't you get a 1/4 inch drive cordless ratchet? Mine? No, not mine.
Oh no! Hurry up so we can go.
302 car. Still got the little 302 in it.
Yep.
Plus,
We just put a 429 breather on.
plus 127. That be right?
No, it's a 302 with a 429 breather.
Exactly.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Well, ain't that just crazy? If I can come off that car, don't it? Good street.
Ooh, let's wash it.
You gotta go back, you know, I was pressure washing it the last week.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, what was the 7,000 RPMs? I don't remember the rest of it. It's been too long. Ooh, look how much better it's looking already.
A wash job every 2 years, that's pretty good.
Ah, don't be pushing it there, buddy.
Was it been longer than 2 years?
Probably 3.
Oh. I think it was just 2 years.
Probably 3.
Yes, I gotta let manual bend, flow master exhaust to go under it.
I guarantee you, if Daddy just got a hold of this car with a razor blade, there's some pretty green under it.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to see it. I'm telling you, I'd love to do like a 10 model. Like that, you know, the green with the Boss or Mach 1 stripes and shaker hood. And
I tell you what, my wife is upset because we put it. You ain't gonna fix it up. And if I tear that car apart, I'll never get it done.
yeah, it definitely don't need to
But just pulled the motor out of it. It's been 10 years.
be, yeah, it definitely don't need to be tore all to pieces right now, does it?
I ain't got time.
Like I said, right now, it can be driven.
Well, easy time.
Well, yeah. Be driven and driven you crazy, huh?
We
I-
ain't in California.
Corey Jameson don't need no exhaust. That's what he says about that blue truck.
We ain't in California.
Well, you can't talk about the mental handicap, though. You can't go by. Nothing against them. You got to have muscle.
I just like to be able to hear myself think every now and then.
Oh, I like mufflers.
Like, I always wanted a race car to run like 590s and just be boom.
Yeah, there was a Camaro Green Valley years ago. It's back when 6 something was real fast. And it was on 6 something with mufflers.
Yeah. Oh, Watkins S10, I think it run like 660s with mufflers. And that thing had tote the 2 front tires about,
That's the way that Camaro do it.
yeah, waist high. And that,
Time you had mufflers.
boom. Well, this, and you knew it had mufflers because you couldn't hear it. Is it running? I mean, it had a good sound to it, but it was quiet. When I built that old race car first, when I put that 302 in it, I was putting them mufflers on it. And Daddy said, "You put mufflers on as a race car?" I said, "Yeah, I ain't going to be sound like a pro mod, run 850s and get laughed at." I said, "It's going to be quiet and slow. Not loud and slow."
Well, you know, I've watched that horsepower, it ain't horsepower TV, but that thing with, is Finnegan, is he the Hot Rod Magazine guy, or is that
Dave.
Freiburger?
Freiburger.
Freiburger, and what's his buddy that does the Mopar stuff? Anyways, they got a motor building show now or something.
Yeah, I think Daddy's been watching that.
And, you know, it gives it more horsepower and torque to put a short piece of at least like a 14-inch pipe on the motor on the engine stand.
Yeah, some of them it does, and you know, a muffler does help some of them. I know when I was building that one, oh, Willoughby was like, "You gonna put some mufflers on it or something?" I can't remember. I said, "Nah, I'm gonna run open headers." And nah, some of them you need, you know, certain degree back pressure does create some horsepower, you know.
Well, I can't remember what motor it was they were testing.
And I've seen them do some, you know, where they've dynoed them and put this muffler on, it hurts it, this muffler helps it, you know.
Seeing the little bits and pieces of green paint really does make me red off. But I just know our could just be a piece of green paint that big and you just have everything in green paint.
Yeah.
What was the chances I only food in your lifetime? That was the first food there at they gave me night to makes that car worth $2,000 more back years ago when I had it other. He said that car's worth $2,000 more just cause it could.
I don't know. I know I got that die cast car. Yeah, die cast. 70 Boss 429 so I've owned one.
On the red one, the green one, the 69 was a blue car originally. It's primered. What color blue was that? You remember? It was light blue, but it wasn't a real dark blue.
No.
You had Acapulco blue. I don't think it might have been Acapulco blue, but it don't seem right. I like the ones that are Calypso Coral. Jerry had like a cutout of a magazine or something hanging up in his old paint booth. And it's a Calypso Coral 69. You know, that never has been on place. I like it.
I like that other green too. Like, oh, what's his name?
Yeah, Silver J.
Yeah, that's a pretty green. Of course, I'm even a fan of the old olive drab. Used to, I thought, oh, that's the worst looking thing ever.
I still think that's worth the thing. I tell you what has grown on me more so here lately that I never would have thought, and that's like that Chevrolet truck we had in here the other day, and the neighbor's Dodge, the brown and gold, brown and tan combination. And that's fresh and new. That's pretty.
Next will be bright and primer one.
Do what?
The primer color.
Well, I might be, but today, no.
That's got her cleaned up a little bit better. Okay, so we got her washed and cleaned up. Now the next thing is we're gonna carry it to the muffler shop. Alan's got a nice little set kit to go up under it. It's got the bent, you know, what do you call it, catback system. We'll get it to the muffler shop hopefully next week. They're closed this week, and get the mufflers on it. That's next.
He puts it on there.
I
don't know how to do that
I
stuff.
can work as hard as Jason does. 'Cause all I see him is just walking around doing what you're doing right now. Exactly.
I'm not very good video taker because I do stay busy, so it's hard.
I've seen you paint now.
Here we are. There she is, sitting in line, Sand Mountain Muffler. Hit these guys up. 256-659-6143. They do real good work. We use them a lot.
All right, here we are, Sand Mountain Muffler, picking up the Mustang.
He ain't seen what I said to him yesterday.
No, he ain't seen it yet.
She fired up. Sounds good. Blowing out them old mufflers. Oh, he gotta go down the road. Oh, and it's on video. Oh, I missed part of it. Y'all gonna be mad on that, ain't you? He killed it in the middle of the road and it's on video. Yeah. I've done that at the racetrack a few times with a big crowd. His back will be hurting later after that. Hey, your back will pay for that later. All right, let's load her up. Get a look at them exhausts there. Blow masters. Tip. I couldn't tell. All right, Alan, it runs and you drove it around the block.
It runs really good, smooth, a lot of power.
Was you excited?
Yeah.
Was he excited, Drake?
I don't know. He ain't too excited because it still ain't as fast as mine.
Oh.
It won't take much.
Oh, I think it'll take a lot.
I say challenge accepted.
Well, right now it won't take much.
Oh, listen at him now.
You
Listen
know,
at him now.
'cause, well, mine don't run, so.
Well, you know mine's in prime condition right there. It is right there, ain't it?
Grass as tall as your car.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to mow and weed it around. But
Wait.
it runs nice. It runs smooth. It's got a lot of power. Of course, all it does is smoke the tires. I guess it's front heavy on the axle.
Yeah.
But I got new springs to go in it to get the front end up a little bit. But
So that's about right, don't it, folks? Put your vote below. Need springs or need to sit right there like a pro mod?
She is a tire fryer.
Tire fryer.
She won't clear a 2-liter bottle though.
Won't clear a 2-liter bottle?
Tires.
Laying on its side.
That's because you didn't have no traction back there to hook and hop it.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
It
a whole.
ain't-
That's a whole lot of weight to bounce right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, whole lot of weight to pull knee high, ain't it?
It ain't no Windsor. That boat anchor, it don't
That's
have
right.
enough power to pick itself up.
Ain't no 351, is it?
No.
Yeah, that's right. There ain't no replacement for displacement.
Yeah, it's called a stroker kit for a Windsor.
No,
I don't know. It might not be a
stroker kit for a 429.
Probably not a stroker kit for Windsor, just a little 60 over, what do they call them, pop-up piston Windsor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, it went 720s one time, the cool weather. The air was right.
Track was downhill.
I was a lot thinner.
No interior, no exhaust.
It's called,
It had exhaust.
it's called a turbo.
It's called, just gotta be built right. Oh, you know, junkyard LS and a Nova will outrun it,
Oh,
you
there's
know.
a guy talking today. He's talking about LS and 350 Chevrolet.
And a fence LS.
And he's a Ford guy, but he runs dirt track, so he runs a Chevrolet motor in his dirt track.
Same as we did.
And he's telling Dad, I said, when y'all dirt track boys gonna go LS? He said, there's few of them run LS. He said, but I don't like them. They don't have as much power as my small block. I said, they ain't no way. He said, yeah, we had one. He said, we dynoed mine, his race car, and it made 503 to the wheel, I think he said. He said, they dynoed the LS when it bored 30 over and all. It made 416 to the wheel, 410, something like that.
But that LS is still outrunning by a mile.
He said it revs faster than my motor, but it ain't got the power my motor.
Well,
That's what you need in dirt, though. Rev faster.
That's
When you
right, be
come off
quick.
the corner,
get back
you
on it.
got to get that thing. Got to come back up to RPM quick.
Well, but if it comes up to RPMs at
Hey,
400 horse,
why are we talking about LS? We're supposed to be talking about a 429.
that's because it's old.
Anyway,
Old news.
this 302 powered 429 Mustang, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Hopefully now we'll get to do some more driving, some testing, Alan's got springs for it.
I got a heat sinking unit and some bulbs
He's got
in the console of the car.
to move out of the inside. That's what happens when one sits for a while, it collects parts inside.
And why is it my fault it's in there? I didn't put all that in there.
I ain't even sure what all, there's probably something we've been looking for in there. What have we been looking
I
for?
think what is in there, he's put in there.
I know there's a dash for a Mustang.
Dash?
66 Mustang, not a 70.
Well, stay tuned for the next video. 256 Garage out.